Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. If you love your thrillers dark, twisty, and completely addictive, you're in for a treat. Today we're counting down the top 10 best thriller series you can stream right now on Netflix and Apple TV+. From clever mysteries to heart-stopping suspense, each show on this list delivers drama, shocking twists, and moments you won't see coming. Get cozy, grab your favorite snack, and let's start counting down. Number 10. Servant. Dorothy and Sean Turner live in a beautiful Philadelphia townhouse, and from the outside, everything looks perfect. But behind those walls hides a deep, unspoken grief that has shattered their reality. To help bring some sense of normalcy back, Dorothy hires a quiet and polite young nanny named Leanne to take care of their baby. At first, everything seems fine, too fine, until small, strange details start to creep in. The atmosphere of this series is thick, tense, and unsettling in the best way possible. Every creak of the floor and flicker of light adds to the mystery that never fully lets you relax. Lauren Ambrose plays Dorothy with a haunting energy, mixing denial and obsession so well that you can't look away. Toby Kebbell perfectly captures the skepticism and frustration of a husband who can't understand what's happening around him. What makes Servant so captivating is how it refuses to explain itself right away. Every episode gives you just enough to stay hooked, but never enough to feel safe. Leanne, played by Nell Tiger-Free, is the real enigma. Her calm, innocent face hides something that keeps you guessing every time she's on screen. A slow-burn psychological thriller with a strange beauty to it, Servant isn't loud or flashy, but it gets under your skin. It's creepy, emotional, and full of quiet dread, the kind that lingers long after the episode ends. Number 9. Disclaimer. Catherine Ravenscroft is a well-known journalist who's spent her career exposing other people's secrets. Confident and composed, she's used to being in control, until a mysterious book appears on her bedside table. It tells the story of a tragedy she thought no one else knew about, something buried deep in her past. And the most unsettling part? The author seems to know everything. As Catherine's carefully built life begins to crack, the line between truth and fiction starts to blur. Cate Blanchett delivers a brilliant and restrained performance, capturing a woman slowly unraveling under the weight of guilt and fear. Sacha Baron Cohen plays her husband Robert, whose calm loyalty hides his own doubts, while Kevin Kline as Stephen brings quiet intensity and pain to a role that anchors the entire story. Disclaimer moves at a deliberate pace. It's not a loud thriller, but a slow, elegant psychological drama that grips you with silence, atmosphere, and emotion. The tension grows not from chases or violence, but from memory, regret, and the haunting idea that the past never truly stays buried. Beautifully acted and quietly chilling, it's the kind of story that stays with you long after the credits roll. Number 8. Pieces of Her. Andy Oliver lives a quiet and ordinary life with her mother Laura in a small, peaceful town. Everything seems fine until one normal day turns into chaos during a sudden violent incident. Andy sees a completely different side of her mother, a side that is calm, cold, and dangerously skilled. From that moment, her world turns upside down as she starts to realize that the woman she thought she knew might not be who she really is. The more Andy searches for answers, the more secrets start to unfold. Every clue leads to a past filled with danger and lies. Laura's mysterious behavior keeps you hooked because you can feel there's something huge she's hiding. Toni Collette plays the role perfectly, giving off that balance of warmth and fear, and Bella Heathcote as Andy shows real confusion and growth as she's pulled into this dark truth. The series moves like a puzzle, slowly revealing each piece. Some moments are tense, some emotional, and others leave you questioning everyone's motive. It's not a fast thriller, but a slow-burning mystery about trust, identity, and survival. Beautifully shot and acted, Pieces of Her keeps you curious till the end. A grounded and gripping drama where every secret feels heavier than the last. Number 7. A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. Pip Fitzamobi is a smart and curious high school student living in a quiet town, but that calm disappears when she chooses a murder case as her final year project, a case that everyone else already believes is solved. 5 years ago, a girl named Andy Bell was killed, her boyfriend Sal was blamed, and the town moved on. But Pip doesn't believe it was that simple. As she starts digging deeper, she finds secrets that people have tried to keep buried. Friends turn suspicious, and every clue opens another lie. The more Pip learns, the more danger she puts herself in. What begins as a school project slowly turns into a dark and tense investigation. Emma Myers plays Pip with the right mix of innocence and sharpness. You can see her change from a curious student to someone obsessed with finding the truth. The tone of the show is young, but surprisingly serious. It mixes mystery, drama, and emotional depth really well. You get that small-town vibe where everyone knows each other, but no one really tells the truth. The pacing stays tight, and every episode ends with a reason to watch the next one. A Good Girl's Guide to Murder feels modern and realistic. It's not just about solving a crime, but also about how far someone will go for justice. Smartly written, gripping, and full of tension, a solid mystery that keeps you guessing till the very last scene. Number 6. Hijack. Sam Nelson is a skilled corporate negotiator who boards a flight from Dubai to London, hoping for a routine trip home. But when the plane is suddenly hijacked midair, everything changes in an instant. Instead of panicking, Sam decides to use his calm mind and persuasive skills to turn the situation in his favor. The tension builds every single minute as the passengers try to stay alive, while the authorities on the ground scramble to regain control. Idris Elba perfectly fits into this role, confident, composed, and unpredictable. The story takes place in real time, which makes every second count and keeps you completely hooked. There's no over-the-top heroism here, just realistic reactions, clever moves, and constant uncertainty about what will happen next. The confined airplane setting adds a feeling of claustrophobia and helplessness that pulls you right into the story. Each episode ends in a way that makes it impossible not to continue watching. Hijack is a sharp, fast-paced thriller that proves you don't need explosions to keep viewers on edge. Just good writing, brilliant acting, and non-stop tension from takeoff to landing. The series also cleverly explores human behavior under pressure, showing fear, courage, and unexpected alliances. Small details, like the flicker of panic in a passenger's eyes or a tense phone call with authorities, make it feel disturbingly real. It's suspense served raw, stylish, and utterly gripping. Number 5. The Crowded Room. The Crowded Room follows a man named Danny Sullivan, who struggles to understand himself after a series of confusing events and a mysterious past. He carries a heavy burden that affects his work, relationships, and sense of reality. But Danny is not alone. With the help of dedicated therapists and supportive friends, he tries to piece together the fragments of his life. Tom Holland delivers a deeply layered performance, capturing the confusion, pain, and resilience of a man trying to navigate a complex, unsettled mind. The series slowly unravels his story, showing how trauma, memory, and identity intersect in unexpected ways. Every episode is carefully crafted, balancing tension, emotion, and character-driven drama without ever feeling rushed. The show also examines human vulnerability, trust, and the ways we cope with internal struggles. Subtle interactions, quiet reflections, and intense confrontations all build a sense of intimacy, making you feel like you are inside Danny's mind. Small details, a fleeting glance, a whispered confession, a moment of hesitation, add layers of authenticity. The Crowded Room is thoughtful, gripping, and emotionally resonant, a series that lingers long after it ends. Number 4. Evil. Kristen Bouchard works as a forensic psychologist who is called in to investigate strange and unexplained events. But not every case is what it seems. Kristen teams up with David Acosta, a priest in training, and Ben Shakir, a contractor who helps navigate the physical side of these mysteries. Together, they uncover stories that blur the line between science and faith while questioning what is truly good or evil. The trio faces challenges that test their beliefs and the limits of logic. Each case presents a new puzzle while slowly building a larger, haunting narrative. The series mixes suspense, psychological depth, and dry humor in a way that feels clever and grounded. The performances are strong, with Katja Herbers bringing skepticism and curiosity to life. Mike Coulter adds depth and quiet intensity, while Asif Manvi provides a human touch. A fascinating and smart thriller series where the unknown, morality, and faith intertwine beautifully, keeping viewers engaged without relying on cliches. Each episode reveals subtle secrets and unexpected twists that keep the tension alive. The writing is sharp, with moments that are unsettling, funny, and thought-provoking at the same time. The atmosphere is dark yet realistic, filled with small details that make each scene linger in your mind. The show doesn't rush its storylines, but instead builds slowly, allowing characters to grow and their relationships to develop naturally. It's a series that makes you think about human nature, belief systems, and the choices people make when faced with the unknown. The combination of supernatural intrigue and grounded reality creates a viewing experience that is both entertaining and intellectually engaging. A true gem for those who enjoy mystery, suspense, and psychological drama. Number 3. Presumed Innocent. A respected prosecutor suddenly finds himself at the center of a murder case that shakes the city. Everything seems straightforward at first, but the deeper he digs, the more complicated it becomes. Every person he talks to could be hiding something, and every detail feels like it could change the story. The series slowly pulls you into a maze of legal strategy, personal ambition, and quiet betrayals. The colleagues around him are just as complex as the case itself, and learning who to trust becomes part of the tension. The courtroom scenes are sharp and realistic, full of subtle power plays and calculated moves that make you lean forward in your seat, while the quieter character moments give space to explore fears, regrets, and ambitions. The writing balances suspense and reflection without ever feeling rushed. The pacing lets the story breathe and makes the twists feel earned instead of forced. Performances across the board are grounded. The lead carries the tension effortlessly, but the supporting cast quietly adds layers, making every interaction feel meaningful. The show doesn't rely on cheap shocks. Instead, it builds suspense slowly, letting you guess and rethink your assumptions along the way. Overall, Presumed Innocent is a gripping legal thriller that mixes intelligence with tension. It's smart, subtle, and immersive, a series that keeps you guessing but never feels manipulative. The slow unraveling of truth is satisfying, chilling, and utterly compelling. Unbelievable. Marie Adler is a young woman whose life falls apart after a terrifying incident that she can't fully explain. Instead of receiving support, her voice is doubted and her trauma is questioned, leaving her alone, overwhelmed, and emotionally exhausted. She tries to navigate a system that is supposed to protect victims, but instead it slowly breaks her down. Meanwhile, detectives Karen Duvall and Grace Rasmussen take on a similar case with patience, empathy, and relentless determination. Unlike others, they notice the small details, the overlooked patterns, and the subtle inconsistencies that others ignored. Their teamwork is quiet but powerful. They don't rush, they observe, they listen. As their investigation progresses, their path slowly begins to intersect with Marie's story, and the tension grows steadily, without ever relying on flashy drama. The series shows the painful reality of not being believed, and the emotional toll it takes on someone already in pain. It also highlights the courage it takes to keep going, even when everything feels hopeless. The performances are incredibly raw and authentic. Every silence, every hesitation, every glance feels real and lived in. There's a deep sense of empathy for every character, even the ones who fail along the way. Unbelievable is not just about crime, it's about trust, resilience, and the cost of justice. It is emotionally heavy, unsettling, and heartbreakingly realistic, yet told with honesty and respect. The storytelling is slow-burning but gripping, leaving a lasting impact long after it ends. It raises important questions about belief, trauma, and humanity, making it one of the most powerful and unforgettable true story dramas in recent years. Number 1. Orphan Black. Sarah Manning discovers a life she never knew. A sudden encounter leads her to the shocking truth that she is one of several clones, each living a separate life, with different friends, jobs, and secrets. Tatiana Maslany flawlessly inhabits each character, bringing her own quirks, mannerisms, and hidden fears to the screen. The clone's world is tangled with conspiracy, scientific experiments, and shady organizations. While Sarah tries to protect those she loves, she constantly faces danger. Deception is everywhere, and loyalty is tested at every turn. The supporting cast adds depth, from trusted allies to unpredictable strangers. Every episode balances tension, suspense, and moments of dark humor. The show cleverly mixes sci-fi and thriller, making the story addictive and compelling. Identity, trust, and family are explored in unexpected ways, and every revelation keeps you on edge. Clues, betrayals, and subtle manipulations push Sarah into impossible choices, forcing her to think fast, adapt, and survive. The narrative twists sharply, and even small decisions carry weight, with every clone revealing new layers. Orphan Black is a gripping ride where no one is quite what they seem, and the performances make it impossible to look away. That's it for our top 10 thriller series on Netflix and Apple TV+. Which one will you binge first? Drop your favorites in the comments, hit like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.